All right, y'all. I do not know. I do not know what has happened. I do not know. Here we go. Looks like we have sound. Looks like we have sound. All right. We have sound. Let's do it. I'm going to tweet this again. Everybody follow me on Twitter if you want. If you don't want, then that's okay too. Crazy. I got sound. Man, I'm sorry about that, guys. Such a vital, important thing happening right now. Such a vital, important thing happening right now. And I had no sound to talk about it. Well, okay. Let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about it. So, Bitcoin right now, currently, just got a massive pump. We came right up to, as you could probably tell from what I was showing on the screen. Look at this, guys. We got a massive pump after what happened yesterday, right? Yesterday, where we got this right down here, this awesome long position that, I took, and I know a lot of other people took, because I posted about, in the Discord, we were getting massive bullish divergences on every single time frame. And one of the main resistances that I was looking to get to was this golden pocket right up here. And I don't think it's any coincidence that we come up literally piercing into that golden pocket, almost hitting the 0.65 to the exact Satoshi. And now we're getting a rejection. We're getting a rejection off of that. And I think right now we need to ask ourselves, what is going to happen with Bitcoin? Are we going to continue to pump, or are we going to reject off of here and come down? This is something that we can take a look at and kind of analyze. So let's kind of go through it. If we look at the daily time frame, we do have this green dot, this bottom printing on the daily time frame. And not only is it a bottom printing, but we do see direction coming up over time. So if we zoom out a little bit here, we can kind of take a look. If I turn off all these annoying lines here, and I turn off the fib, and I turn off the other fib, that if we're just going to go from this dot right here and take the low of that to this dot right here and take the low of that, you can see we actually do have a bullish divergence forming on the daily time frame, okay? On the daily time frame. Not only that, but we do know that falling wedges are indeed bullish patterns, and we have been trading in a falling wedge for quite some time. And if we just take a little line and draw it from here, and if this is a true breakout, okay, we would have to come above the 21 EMA and the daily, and that would take us back up to 35, 36K. Another thing we're trading in is this potential falling wedge right here, which, if we did break out of this thing, would bring us back to the top of the range right around 42K. So things could potentially turn very bullish. If we come to the 4-hour time frame, we were getting the bullish divergences forming on the 4-hour time frame. In fact, the reason why I entered into the long trade on Friday, the trade I'm still currently in from this point, is because we had so much confluence right here. We had divergences on the 4-hour, on the 3-hour, on the 2-hour, on the 1-hour, on the 24-minute, on the 12-minute, on the 3-minute, on the 1-minute. And, that's why I entered long here. Held on to that. Still in the trade, guys. Still in the trade. There's a few important things that we really need to look at. First of all, we are rejecting off of a key area of resistance right now. This 618 level is one of the most reactive Fibonacci levels. And not only is it a fib level, but it is, also this trend line right here. We're currently rejecting off of that. But what we do have is we have some very strong momentum on the daily time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, the VWAP is pointing up. On the 2-hour time frame, we're currently printing a green dot. Looks like money flow could potentially curve up. We are printing waves on the 2-hour momentum waves that are higher than what we have had since, back a few days ago. We come to the 1 hour and just getting a money flow crossover right now. The only thing is, when we start to zoom into the lower time frames, like the 45-minute, you can see we're starting to print the old bearish divergence, and it's actually pretty intense. It's a pretty intense bearish divergence. This, to me, looks like we really are getting a rejection off of this golden pocket area. Now, the question is, are we going to? Obviously, we're going to run into resistance right here, right? Because it's a resistance. But the question is, are we going to break through this resistance? Well, I think we'll know. I think we'll know kind of soon. If we are unable, because we do have the bearish divergence as well on the 3-minute time frame, right? We can see momentum coming down. We can see price coming up. We know we have very little volume here just because it's a weekend. If we're unable to hold above this red line right here of 32,128, then I think we are going to start coming back down, especially if the divergence confirms on this 24-minute time frame. Look at how crazy that divergence looks here, guys. Just an insane divergence where price has taken Elon Musk's the rocket ship to space, and we have come down right here. Just so everybody knows, I did hit my next take profit on the long trade that I have been in since yesterday morning, where I was currently long from 31,256. I hit my next take profit, and some of the important resistances above us were right here, 32.4K, the golden pocket, and the upper trend line of the wedge. This was one of the main areas that I was looking to hit a take profit, and so I've hit that now. It's a strange thing to happen on a weekend, guys. A very strange thing to happen on a weekend. But yeah, I'm glad that I hodled onto that trade. But this bearish divergence is getting a little bit. It's intense, guys. It is an intense divergence. Look at this drop that we had after that pump right off the 0.65. Already almost a 1% drop. But overall today, when did today even start? I guess right here. A 4% move on the day. That's a lot for Bitcoin, guys. That really is a lot for Bitcoin. So there's obviously two scenarios that can happen here. First of all, we could come back down, which is very likely, right? Because we have been trading within this wedge for quite some time. Every time we come up to this trend line, we get a rejection down. We get a rejection down, get a rejection down, a rejection down. Honestly, there's no reason to think why we would not get a rejection off of here too. Let's kind of take a look at what we saw in the higher time frames as we were getting those previous rejections. So when we rejected here, it was very clear that we were printing a top on Market Cipher B on the 4-hour. When we rejected up here, it was also very clear that we were printing a top on Market Cipher B on the 4-hour. When we rejected here, it was very clear we were printing a top Market Cipher B 4-hour. When we rejected here, also very clear we were printing a top on Market Cipher B on the 4-hour. As we're coming up right here to this top of the trend line, there's something a little bit different about Market Cipher B. We see upward momentum. We were getting the bullish divergence. As price was coming down, momentum was coming up. Even on the daily time frame, we have a bullish divergence. So I think this could potentially be a little bit different, and that's why I am going to be holding on to my long trade. I'm going to be holding on to my long trade with the hopes that we can break out of this wedge. Now, some people might say that's a little bit risky. For me, it's not risky because I've been in the trade since down here. I've taken profit along the way. I just took some profit at the top, so I'm going to leave a portion of my trade open just in case we go to Pump City, guys. Just in case we go to Pump City. Because to me, things look a little bit different than they did the last few times we got rejected. You could potentially say that right here, when we got rejected from up here, we were still under the zero line. So I think we'll know, right? In a little bit of time, I think we'll know if we're actually going to come back down or keep coming up. I'm talking about on the larger time frames too, guys. Like obviously on the smaller time frames, you already had the opportunity to take a really nice scalperoonie off of this rejection here. So we're going to know in a little bit of time if this is a real rejection or a just kidding rejection. If we're unable to come in here, and if we can't get a higher high and we keep doing this, then it's obvious that we're going to come down. But if we keep putting in higher highs, these divergences that are on the higher time frames, they might become invalidated, right? If this wave comes up higher than this wave right here, that bearish divergence would be invalidated. So we'll have to see what happens. Are we just running into some resistance at this 0.65 because it's a 0.65, or is this a real rejection? Honestly, I think we will have to wait and see in this. That's my honest opinion about it. I know it's a weekend. We have low volume. But not only Bitcoin, but also Ethereum. Ethereum did get a massive pump as well. Let's come into the charts here. So Ryan Joffy says, will we retest 32,400? That's what we'll have to wait and see. That's what we'll have to wait and see. Will we retest 32,400? Look at what happens in the past when we reject off of the highs of these areas here. We start to see the bearish divergences forming before we actually get the real rejection. So we see the bearish divergences forming on the 45-minute, right? We have plenty of time to get into the short. We have plenty of time to get into the short before we get thrown down. So that's why I'm not in any rush to enter into the short, because even right here, right, even this 45-minute divergence, we did have some time to get into a nice short position right here. We had some time. Of course, I didn't get short here. I did not get short here, even though we had the divergence. I held on to my long, and I didn't really trade all day today. I've just been holding on to this long position. But, coming back in time, once we start getting the divergences, it seems that lately we've had some time to say, okay, we're coming down. We're unable to put in a higher high. Momentum continues to come down. Here's how we can know if we're going to come down. We gotta just look at Market Cipher and say, like right now, we're unable to put in a higher high. Momentum continues to come down. That's like a giveaway for sure. And right here we do have this a very slight bearish divergence on the 15-minute. It's actually more. Yeah, so we do have a bearish divergence forming here. This is a very bearish candle. This rejection off the golden pocket. This right here is an important level of support. This 32,128. This is a very important support. The reason it's an important support is because look, it was a perfect resistance here, perfect resistance here. Now it looks like we came above it, and it looks like we might have flipped this resistance into support. But we do have a bearish divergence right here. Something to keep our eyes on. For certain. For certain. 12 minutes giving us a red dot. 3 minute, we can clearly see the bearish divergence on the 3 minute too. Yeah. Let me pop into the chat here. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for being here on this beautiful Saturday evening. I pray that all of you are blessed in the name of Yeshua the Messiah. And let's get this video up to 500 likes, because if we get this video up to 500 likes, I will give away 0.025 Bitcoin on the stream, which I've been longing to do, guys. I've been longing to do that. Absolutely. How are you guys doing? Let's see. Marshall Board says it's a rejection. Bullish divergence on the daily. It looks like we do have a bullish divergence on the daily, guys. This rejection seems a little bit different to me. Daniel Whiting asks, is this the pump before the grayscale dump? Yeah, that's true. Those bearish divs ain't no joke. You guys are right. The bearish divs ain't no joke. The CME gap, I think it very well could fill, right? Jason Brown has a bad head cold. Just drink a gallon of apple cider vinegar. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. Ken Sandstorm is surprised to see me on a Saturday. Yeah, I usually don't stream on Saturdays, guys, but it is a Saturday evening. The sun has gone down, so the Sabbath day is over, and I turn on my phone and I see Bitcoin pumping. Shout out to Vadim, who is also in this long. Yeah, it's possible, guys, that it's very possible that we could come up here to the 786 level and get a real rejection off of here at around 32.7. That's also very possible. The two main areas of resistance are, in my mind, number one, the golden pocket right here at about 32.4, around there, and then up here at the 0.786, the 32.7K, right around there. Let's see what happens right now. With this red dot on the 12-minute, let's see what happens here. Are we going to start creating bearish market structure where we come up again and we just keep putting in lower highs as momentum continues to come down, or are we going to pump? We very well may get a pump, guys. We very well may. And by the way, if anybody wants to learn this stuff, right, technical analysis, how to draw lines on a chart so that you can get the good trade entries, right, like the long that I took from down here at the bottom of the trend line. Let's see, where did I actually take that? Yeah, right here. Right here. Right from down here. Check out jasoncaspertrading.com. This course will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a confident, profitable trader, because what we do is we go over technical analysis so that you can draw your key levels. Check out the testimonials. And assuming you've never even traded before, the goal of this course is to equip you with the information you need step by step to create your own profitable trading strategy, and to equip you with the proper risk management strategy so that you can, first of all, not lose money, and second of all, maybe profitable over time. That's the goal of this course. And this is really changing the way people trade, because it breaks everything down step by step. Everything I've learned during the past 5 or 6 years of me investing and trading, everything I wish I had known before I started. Check it out right here. Also, guys, if anybody is interested in getting into the private Discord, you can do that by becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/Jason Casper, where I do post some of my potential Bitcoin trade setups. A lot of times these setups are setups that happen in advance, right? So, this trade, for example, I was expecting us to come down and get a bounce off the 0.65, and I was expecting my first take profit to be 31893, and we did indeed get a bounce off the 0.65, and I hit my first take profit perfectly at 31893. We actually came up to 31894, so it was $1 above my first take profit. And also, the long I entered yesterday, I didn't post that setup, but I did post that we're getting massive bearish divergences on the 1 hour time frame. And I did post when I went long, and that trade, if you had entered from the time I posted this, you would be in massive profit right now. Let us take a look. Let us take a look. Let us take a look. So, 5-minute time frame, guys. Money flow about to cross to the upside, yet we do see slight bearish divergences. If we keep our eyes on the lower time frames, that's really how we're going to know, what's going to happen. If we continue to see momentum coming down like this, and we're unable to print higher highs and we consolidate a little and start to come down, that's how you know we're probably going to come down. But what I want to talk about in this stream also is how to find those really good trade setups, because they're not going to come all the time, guys. They are not going to come all the time. And if I didn't know any better, doesn't this look like a really good short right here? This does look like a really good short. Um, Slay Brother wants to know if my trade setups are swings or scalps. So the ones I post in the potential Bitcoin trade setups, these are always intended to be like swing trades, but a lot of times I'll enter and say I'm treating it like a scalp, meaning like I'm still going to long here, but I'm going to take profit early because I don't think it's as bullish as I was hoping for it to be. But they're always intended to be swing trades that you can hold for quite some time, because that's mainly the way I like to trade. The way I like to trade is I like to look at a chart and I like to come up with a plan in advance. In fact, every week, as many of you know who are already in the Discord, I do a VIP TA stream where I go over my plan for the week and talk about possible trade setups where if this happens, this is my plan. This is the trade that I'm going to take. And a lot of times those trades do play out as swings, but lately, a lot of times they've been playing out as scalps. Volatility has been very low. If we zoom out here, we can see that, especially during the past week or so, since the end of June, all of July, the volatility has been very low. We've actually only come, all in all, about 15%. We've had a total volatility of, well, actually, let's see, from the beginning of July, the 1st of July, from the 1st of July to our current time, we've only had a 13% volatility overall for Bitcoin. So a lot of times these trades have not been the best as far as holding them for a long time. But this long I'm still currently in from down here, and then I'm still in a long from down here, and I'm currently in no short position right now, guys. I was in a short position from, I think it was up here, but it got stopped out. It was from somewhere, and I forget where. Yep, it was from right here, and it did get stopped out. It got stopped out because I had my stop loss in profit, so now I'll have to wait and see. I hope I don't miss another short, because last weekend I totally missed this short. But here's the difference between last weekend and this weekend. Last weekend this was happening, and we could clearly see the bearish divergences forming on all time frames. The 4-hour was printing a clear top. Right now, the 4-hour is not printing a top. So I think the jury's still out. The 1-hour is not giving us any kind of divergence. The 45-minute is giving us the divergence. If this 45-minute divergence confirms, and I think we can come down quite a bit. It is interesting to see, though, that, where was it? Was it on the 24-minute time frame? Yeah, the 24-minute time frame, we had a hidden bullish divergence right here. So it's very interesting. We had a normal bullish divergence leading up to this massive bounce off the trend line yesterday, where we had the 24-minute was giving us a bullish divergence, and then we had a hidden bullish divergence where momentum was coming down while price was coming up, which led to this pump that we're getting right now. So we've had very bullish signals in Market Cipher lately, even though we did have some bearish things happening, right? Like we had this bearish divergence printing up here, which played out, but then we had the hidden bullish divergence starting to come. So that's why I'm so indecisive right now about where I think price is going to go. Let me pop back into the chat here. Yeah, Ivan says ETH keeps getting rejected. Looks like it might break down soon. Okay, so Josiah says it's a falling wedge if you look at the bodies. It's a descending triangle if you look at the wicks. Rick James, that's a funny name, shorted 30 minutes ago and it's still the exact same level to the penny. Stock Sniper Trading, we scalped Bitcoin and ETH today. We made some good pips. I'm excited to see this. Fire. That's interesting. That's such a Forex term. Pips. How many pips did you make today? Shout out to the Crypto Lifer guys. Crypto Lifer in the chat. Check them out. So people are asking, about how to draw fibs on lower time frames. Crypto Lifer, do you think we're getting a rejection here, or do you think we're gonna come through this resistance? What do you think, bro? Yeah, so regardless of what happens, it's important that if we're trading, that we are able to have a plan, come up with a plan in advance, and then stick to that plan. Come up with a plan in advance and then stick to that plan. And how are we going to come up with a plan? It's very important that we understand how to do that, because if we don't have anything on our charts, if we just have price action and nothing else, then we're going to trade with our emotions. We're going to trade with our emotions. Like if you see on the 5-minute time frame, for example, you see something like this starting to happen. Maybe let's say you FOMO in right here, and then price takes a dump, then it comes up a little higher, then it takes a dump, and it's like you might be in a little bit of profit. But if this is a true rejection, then you're not going to be in much more profit. Instead, the long should have been taken from down here, or maybe even more so, the long should have been taken from down here, right? This is where the long really should have been taken. So how are we going to find those good trade setups? Well, the first thing we need to do is we need to know a little bit of technical analysis, and we need to be able to draw lines of support and resistance on our chart. And the way I like to do that, guys, is I like to use daily levels, I like to use weekly levels, I like to use Fibonacci levels. And what I do is I look for confluence. I look for something called confluence. So if we take a fib retracement, let's take a fib retracement. I have so many fibs on my chart. They call me Jason, where'd I pull that fib from, Casper? Jason, where'd I pull that fib from, Casper? That's what they call me. And let's use this fib as an example. Where did I even pull this fib from? Do you guys know? Where did I pull this dang fib from? Okay. Yeah, okay. I see where I pulled the fib from, guys. I pulled it from this swing low right here to this swing high right up here. And what I did was, I said to myself, as I'm planning a trade, right? As I'm planning a trade, I'm in a short right here, and I'm coming down. We're coming down here. I actually did take this long. I took this long here. We came down again, and my plan was this. If we come down to the golden pocket and also this trend line, then I will be looking to enter a trade. So the first thing you need to do is you need to have a level on a chart where you are telling yourself, if price happens to come down or up to this level, I will look seriously about entering a trade. And the way you're going to do that is you're going to draw levels of support and resistance. You're going to draw trend lines. You're going to use fib pulls. And when price comes down to your level, then you're going to take a look at Market Cipher. Because here's the thing, guys. Market Cipher don't lie. It really doesn't lie. Like right now, the fact that we're printing this bearish divergence, once this thing confirms, Market Cipher doesn't lie, right? Every time I think Market Cipher is going to lie, it doesn't lie. Like, for example, right here, we had this bearish divergence, and I'm like, I think we're going to keep coming up. And we did keep coming up, but not until we had a massive dump, right? And so if anybody doesn't know what a divergence is, it's basically where price and momentum are doing the opposite thing. This is how you are going to find those really good trade setups. You can't just look at levels only, and you can't just look at dots only on Market Cipher. It's so much more than that. You have to use both of them together in conjunction to get that goodness, Notice how The level that I had marked out on my chart is where we get the reaction from. But if you have a level on your chart marked and you tell yourself, I know this is a very important level, that's when price comes to there, this is where you want to start looking for a trade. And the way you're going to do that is I like to start on the 4-hour time frame. And what I do is I look for bullish signals on Market Cipher on the 4-hour time frame, and I ask myself the question, is the 4-hour time frame looking bullish or bearish as price is coming to my level? Well, as price is coming to my level, what do I see on Market Cipher? I see price coming down. I see momentum coming up. This is called a bullish divergence. If price is coming down and yet momentum is coming up, this means there's an imbalance and there needs to be a correction, right? It means there's an imbalance and there needs to be a correction. And which way is the correction going to be? The correction is going to be up, because it indicates that Bitcoin is trading at an undervalued price. Because as price drops, momentum comes up. This means there's an imbalance. And then after I look at the 4-hour time frame and I consider, okay, 4 hours looking bullish, I'll go to the 2-hour. And what do I see on the 2-hour? I see the same exact thing. I see momentum coming up as price is coming down. Momentum is printing higher lows as price is printing lower lows. We have a low, a lower low, and a lower low. And on the momentum, we have a low, a higher low, and a higher low. And really, this is why I entered long here too, because we had a low and then we had a higher low on Market Cipher. Boom, that was one long. Come back down. Same thing, the divergence is still there as we're coming down to a key level. Boom, enter long there again. And, you know, I go to the 4-hour, I go to the 2-hour, then I go to the 1-hour. And on the 1-hour, same deal. We've got a massive bullish divergence. After I look at the 4-hour, the 2-hour, and the 1-hour, then I go to the 24-minute. And I'm like, okay, what do I see on the 24-minute? This is where now I see on the 24-minute, we're also printing bullish divergences as price is coming down, printing lower lows. Momentum is coming up, right? From all the way back here, we can see, if we just draw a trend line from all the way back here to the point where we are coming down to our level, landing on that exact line, we can see that over time momentum is coming up as price over time is coming down, right? We've got a low, a lower low, a lower low, a lower low, and we've got a low, a higher low, and a higher low. And I take it all the way down to the lower time frames. You know, same deal. On the 12-minute time frame, we have a very clear bullish divergence leading right up to the place where we're touching our level. Come down even to the 1-minute time frame. On the 1-minute time frame, we go back in time and check out what was happening right there. As we're getting our bounce, as we are literally getting our bounce off the level, if I zoom in here, we can see it. We're getting right here, you guys can see we have a low and a higher low on the 1 minute as we are getting a low and a lower low right to our level on the 1 minute. Every single time frame on Market Cipher was lining up telling us this is a good place to go long. And what happens with it, literally within the next few minutes from the time we touched this point, right? It took us 1 hour to go 2.75%. And then it took us 4 hours to go 3.5% on that long. You know, that's how you know you're going to get that massive pump. And the opposite is true for a massive dump, right? For a massive dump, the exact opposite is true. If we come back to a larger time frame here and we take a look at some of the shorts that we've taken in the past, this short on July 4th, this was an epic short right here because, you know, we came up to a level. What level was it? You'll never guess. You'll never guess what level it was. It was, let's see. Aha. I guess this is not the fib that I pulled. I think, was it this fib? Yeah, it was from this high to this low. You know, why did I pull my fib from there to there? Well, we know I explain it all in JasonCasperTrading.com. This course goes into extreme detail of how and why you pull your fibs. We came up to a very key level. It was a fib level. Not only was it a fib level, it was also a daily level of support and resistance. right about here. Boom. Had it, no, it wasn't that level. It was this daily level right here. Look at this, guys. Look at this. We came up right here and price hit a daily level and a golden pocket as Market Cipher on the 4-hour is printing a red dot, right? Couldn't be more bullish, more bearish than that. We come down to the 2-hour. What do we see on the 2-hour? On the 2-hour, Market Cipher is giving us a bearish divergence where momentum is coming down as price is coming up. Then we come to the 1-hour. What do we see on the 1-hour? We see a massive bearish divergence. We see from all the way back here momentum coming down as price is making higher highs, momentum is making lower highs. And see what I'm doing is I'm lining everything up on all the time frames. Those best trade entries, those good swing trades that you're going to get, those are always going to be, first of all, we're going to have to be coming to a level, a key level with confluence, right? Like a fib level mixed with a daily level, mixed with a high volume node or something like that. In fact, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, we did have, yep, look at this, guys. We had an old point of control right here. Look at all the confluence. We had a 0.65 level, a daily level, and a high volume node all in one spot while we're getting the bearish divergence, while Market Cipher be on the 4 hours printing the red dot. We come down to the 12-minute. What do we see there on the 12-minute? Look at this, guys. Look at this. Bearish divergence. We see the bearish divergence on the 12-minute. And you could say, okay, this is a very, very slight divergence right here, maybe even coming up a little bit. But here's what gives it away. When we're looking at Market Cipher, there's 3 things that we need to look at, guys. There's 3 things we need to look at. When we're looking at Market Cipher B, there's 3 components to this thing. Like, a lot of people just want to look at the dots, but there's 3 components. We have the momentum waves, we have the money flow, and we have the VWAP. We need to look at all 3 of those things combined, right? If you see that on the higher time frames we're getting a bearish divergence, and then you come to lower time frames and it's uncertain with the momentum waves, well, check out the money flow. What's the money flow doing? Because we can look at the money flow here and see a divergence where price is coming higher, yet money flow is actually coming lower. You see that? Money flow is printing lower highs. And we can also look at the VWAP and see that as price is coming higher, is the VWAP printing lower highs? Well, we could potentially draw this trend line and say, yeah, like in general, there's going to be outliers, but in general, the VWAP is printing lower highs as the money flow is coming down. So we're looking at all these things together. And what you're going to do is you're going to weigh them all together, average everything out, and say overall, things are extremely bearish. I'm going to enter a short position here. So we can do that right now in our current position to see, are we going to get a rejection here? Now keep in mind, guys, you're not always going to get the clearest signals before a rejection or a pump. But if you are newer to trading, it might behoove you. Do you like that term, behoove? It might behoove you to only wait for the trade setups where we're coming to an important level, number 1. Number 2, the higher time frames are giving you a clear signal. And then number 3, the lower time frames are then agreeing with the higher time frames. In fact, right now I could open up, let's see, should I open up Pokemon Red? Do I even have that? Let's see, Pokemon Red. Visual Boy Advance. This is a nice emulator. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Pokemon Red, guys. Pokemon the Red version, okay? Everyone remembers this game if you're my age, right? There's no sound, but we know how it goes. Right? What we're going to do is we are going to take only those awesome trades, right? we'll be doing all right. Somebody in the chat wants to know how seriously do we take divergences on the lower time frame? We can take them very seriously. Alta D, I'm 30 years old, okay? So I was playing Pokemon Red version when it came out in America in 1996. I was playing that on my Game Boy Pocket, you know what I'm saying? So now I play it on my MacBook Pro while I'm trading, right, you know? Yes, you can take divergences on lower time frames very, very seriously for scalp trading, even if the higher time frames disagree. Case in point, check this out. We have a massive pump with a bearish divergence on the 3-minute, and what do we get out of this? We get a pretty nice, almost 1% move. You can take that extremely seriously, right? But we need to be careful, because let's say we were going to enter a swing trade here, which I'm not saying is a bad idea. I'm just saying, according to the strategy that I just went over, which helps me get those really good trades, the kind where I'm super confident, for those types of trades, you want to make sure that the higher time frames are also telling you we're coming down, right? Right now, the 4-hour doesn't look bearish at all to me. The 1-hour is the only thing that's starting to look slightly bearish to me. Okay, and if we turn on Heiken and She candles, then we can see that even on the 1-hour, things aren't really starting to peter out, right? They're not starting to peter out yet. We would see on the 1-hour things starting to turn. We'd see the trend starting to turn. We'd start to see those dojis forming. We come down to the 24-minute. We can kind of see things starting to turn on the 24-minute here. But we don't know. Is it going to be something like this, right, where we get another pumpity pump to the upside? I would say that if these bearish divergences do confirm, right, they confirm on the 24-minute, and we're unable to put in a higher high, then, yeah, Market Cipher don't lie, y'all. Market Cipher don't lie. Okay, this is a bearish divergence, but I have found, and I'm sure people out there can verify this, right, that the best trades are always when the higher and the lower time frames agree. When the higher and the lower time frames are in complete agreement. Like this long down here, right? The long I'm currently in. It was just undeniable that we were going to come up from here. Undeniable. We had bullish divergences on the 4, 2, 1, 24-minute, 12-minute, 6-minute, 3-minute, and 1-minute time frame. How could we not come up from there? This short, this potential short, right? It's like the lower time frames are saying yes, but the higher time frames are saying no, right? What's my long at? My exact long entry is at, oh man, did I post it in the TA channel? I don't think so. I might post it in the profit and loss wall a while ago. Check out all these people making sick gains in here, by the way. I guess it was right here, 31,256 and 50 cents. 31,256 and 50 cents right here. And I kept it open. I took profits out. I moved my stop loss back down to the entry over the weekend because I had a feeling we were going to pump this weekend. I just had that feeling. Things looked so dang bullish. So that's my entry. So I entered, let's see, where 31. Man, check out this guy making the gains. I am us man Asif, making these crazy gains in here. 31,256.50. So I entered on this purple candle right in here. I entered right in here, I guess. Not a bad move. 256.50. So right here, boom. Entered right here. Tower565 says we are pumping to dump on Monday. Very possible. Shout out to Zobi who says, "Yo Jay, thank you for the course. 1,000% worth it. Yo man, can you help explaining the Bybit fees on leverage?" Yeah, so shout out to you. Thank you for taking the course. And yeah, but what am I doing? I'm flopping and groping over here. Open up all my apps, right? The course, guys, there's a discount in the description of this video. If you're newer to trading, if you're struggling being profitable, this will give you the framework you need to start doing this successfully. And I'm not guaranteeing that you're going to make money, obviously. This is not financial advice. But what I am guaranteeing is that this will teach you what you need to know and what you need to do in order to be successful. And to be totally honest with you guys, and I'm sure a lot of you traders can vouch for this, you are your own worst enemy when it comes to trading. You are your own worst enemy. If you have a strategy and you have back tested that strategy and you know it's profitable, yet you enter trades anyway, even though you don't have all your confirmations, you're your own worst enemy. Instead of just waiting for those good setups that you know are going to come, right? The course will tell you everything you need to know. It will tell you everything you need to do. And that's the easy part, is learning and knowing. The hard part is doing and staying true to your strategy, staying true to a plan that you have. You know, if you don't have a plan to enter a trade, don't enter a trade. There are times where I look at the charts and think, man, I would really love to enter a trade here, but I don't have the plan to enter the trade. And sometimes I'll enter the trade anyway, guys, being honest with you, right? Sometimes I don't have a plan and I enter a trade anyway. And whenever that happens, it is kind of like a gamble, right? Because I didn't have a plan. Where's my take profit going to be? Where's my stop loss going to be? I don't know. But what I do know is I love this, right? I love giant blue candles. I love giant blue candles. Look at how beautiful and giant these candles are. Now this is looking quite bearish, guys. This is looking extremely bearish on the 24-minute. Let's come to the 3-minute. This looks bearish, guys. Yeah, we're coming down. The 3-minute is continuing to print lower. It looks like eventually we're going to come down, and then we'll either keep coming down or we'll come back up. But right now, you know, let's check out the 6-minute. It's harder to tell on the 6-minute because we don't have the divergences as clearly on the 6-minute. But the 15-minute, look at this. Yeah, I'd say we're going to come down a little bit here, guys. We have the bearish div coming in. We've got the bearish div coming in. Yeah. What in the world did I just do? Crap. Oh my goodness, guys. I just closed out of my long by accident. Sheesh. Oh no. I just closed out my dang long. How did I do that? Oh my goodness. Okay. Guys. I just closed out of my long. Ugh. But here's something I didn't realize. I didn't realize this. I did not realize I had a short preset at 32,400. I kid you not. I had a short preset. I had an order set at 32,400. I can't believe I just closed out of my long, guys. That's such a bummer. Such a bummer. Can you guys believe that? Can you believe I closed out my long? It's emotional. It's emotional, guys. But you know what? It's all good in the hood. Because I had this short open. I had this short open from 32,400. I guess I had an order there. And I was looking to that resistance for a short. And I had an order set. So it's a bittersweet moment for me, guys. I'm in a short right now, and it's doing not so bad. I'm officially short, and we have this bearish divergence. I'm short, and I just closed out my long, guys. I just closed out my long. My iPhone has 95% battery, okay? 2 bars of service, 10:38 p.m. in a short. Sheesh. Sorry, guys, for the high sheeshes. Maybe I'll name my next son High Sheesh. High Sheesh Casper. High Sheesh Casper. Just like Lil Fib Casper. Let's pop back into the chat and see what's going on up in here, guys. All right. Man. Thank you, guys. Stonks, Knot says the long was done, and I know that. Yeah, it looks like we're coming down, guys. We have a bearish divergence. Okay, Jellybean thinks it's time to close it. You're right, Brian Miller. I'll catch another long. Hiking hashish. Hashish candles, yeah. Hiking hashish. I'm a massive confluence of knowledge. Yeah, it's a bittersweet moment, guys. You know, I've got the hashish is a drug in Egypt. Okay, so Tony Fraser wants to know, do I give more credence to a short if money flow is very important to me. If we're diverging with money flow and momentum like we are right here, this is a powerful signal, guys. This is why I shorted here. Just kidding, guys. I shorted here by accident, okay? I shorted here by accident. But I'm in a short. Man, I can't believe that. Right at 32,400. See, I guess I did some good TA. I am short from right here. I guess I did some dang good TA when I set that order, huh? 0.73%, man, rolling in the dough. Rolling in it. What? I can't believe I have that order here. I never leave orders over the weekend, only if it's a very important level, and there was not enough confluence here for that. But hey, I'm in the short now, guys, and we do have, now that I'm short and not long, maybe I can change my sentiment a little bit and say we do have bearish divergences forming, potentially even forming on the, well, not on the 1 hour, not at all on the 1 hour, guys, not at all on the 1 hour. Things still look pretty bullish on the higher time frames. Things still look extremely bullish on the higher time frames. Extremely bullish on the higher time frames. But I do think we are going to cool off a little bit, right? We have a bearish divergence here on the 24-minute, and I think we could see some higher prices even tomorrow, coming up between 32.5 and even like 32.7. Because those are some higher fib targets there, guys. But yeah, let me pop back into the chat here. Yeah, let's get this video up to let's get it up to 400 likes, guys. Let's get it up to 500 likes. If everyone texts their mom and says, "Hey ma, could you come like this video?" If we get this thing up to 500 likes, guys, I will give away 0.025 BTCs. And no, my short didn't trigger to cancel my long. No, it didn't happen. What did happen was I went into my trades on my phone and I got a little bit confused. Because I saw the short open in massive profit, and I'm like, wait a second, I have a short open, and I got confused. And I closed it out. I don't know what I don't know what I was thinking, guys. But it turns out I closed my long. How did I not get closed out of the long? Erwin wants to know. So I'm long from right here, down here. I moved my stop loss down below my entry point. So I entered somewhere in here, 31,250. I moved it down below there because I had already taken out enough profit where I had my stop loss in a position below my entry where I would still be in a very small profit if stopped out. Because I don't trade on Saturdays. On Saturday nights I will sometimes, but on Saturdays I don't. And because things were so dang bullish, I was not convinced that when I went to bed on Friday night and I saw this dump, I was not convinced we were going to keep going down. And I wanted to give myself more playing room. That's how I stayed in the long. But you know what? In hindsight, it doesn't even matter. Because I closed it out. At least I got some good profits from it. At least I got some good profits. And here's the good thing now, guys. I'm in a short. I might as well. I should probably take some profit out of that short, guys. It's an accidental short. And I'm still long. I'm still long from 29K. So, it's all good in the hood. It's all good in the hood. Shout out to Raz, who says, after all these years of shorting and longing at the same time, you got caught. You know, I used to try shorting and longing at the same time when I first started trading Forex, and I guarantee if you ever do that, you will 100% get wrecked. It never works out for me. People hedge. It only works out if you do it at different times, right? It only works out if you are long from here and short from up here, and both trades are in profit and you meet in the middle, right? Other than that, you're going to get screwed. I guarantee it. Don't try to do that. Don't try to do that. Okay, so JFKO is still in his short from 32.4 from 2 days ago. Cool, man. Cool. Okay, the fixed range. Jay Scone says he thinks we're above the value area high right now. Are you talking about from 42K, man? Here, let's come to the daily time frame here. Where are we at? Where's 42? Yeah, let's go to let's do this. Yeah, wow. Okay, shout out to Jay Scone. So we are currently rejecting off the value area low, guys. Wow, there's a lot of confluence right here that says this is a very strong resistance. Number one, it's the golden pocket, right? We've got the 618, the 618. Yeah, we've got the 618 and the 0.65 right here. Okay, not only that, but it is also, let's see, it's also a trend line. Okay, it's a trend line. It is a golden pocket, and look at this, guys. It's the value area low. And if that wasn't enough confluence for you guys, it's a weekly level. This is a pretty intense resistance. And it's the 8-hour 21 EMA. Do you guys see this? The 8-hour 21 EMA? Yeah, this is a very strong resistance right up here. We got a trend line, we got a golden pocket, we got a weekly, we got the value area low, and we have the 8-hour 21 exponential moving average. Let's see what else we got. Let's turn on our good friend Market Cipher SR. Well, let's turn on Market Cipher DBSI. Let's turn that off, actually. Let's turn on Market Cipher SR. Cipher SR. Let's turn that on. Let's take a look at the VWAP. We're above the WAP, guys. We're above the VWAP. So here's something that could potentially happen. We've got the VWAP. You know, if we're going to continue up, maybe we'll come down a little, get a nice bounce off the VWAP, and continue up. That is one scenario. If we pull out a fib from the low to the high, I'm trying to see if we have any confluence with the VWAP there. Nope, not really. Not really, guys. We don't really. It would have been cool if the 382 was on the VWAP as well. But it's not. Here's what I really think. I think we are going to come down from here a little bit, especially as the 24-minute divergence confirms, right? I think we're going to come down, but I do think we can have some more upward movement here. I really think we can come up a little bit higher because of the higher time frames. And if I was really going to be looking for a short with shorts, man, I would just want to see this 4 hour get a little bit topped out there, you know, and the 2 hour getting topped out, or even the 1 hour getting topped out. I mean, I know we've got the WAP pointing down, but we've got a high, thick momentum wave and a money flow crossing into the blue. By the way, guys, if anybody doesn't have Market Cipher, well, first of all, if anybody wants to get the course, 15% off the course, discount code right here, Market Cipher, 10% off Market Cipher with the coupon code The Chickens Are Thirsty. Also, guys, while I'm shilling all my affiliate stuff, oh yeah, my VIP Discord, you can join that here. And if you want to create another Bybit account, obviously if you use my affiliate link, it would help me out. And also you get the same old stuff that every other YouTube Bybit affiliate can give you, which is, you know, up to $1,610 plus 15% API on their deposit bash stuff. And Bybit is really stepping it up. You can trade Doge coin on there. You can trade a whole bunch of stuff on there. And you know, really, if the 45-minute bearish divergence does officially confirm, that's serious in my book, right? When this thing confirmed on Friday, this is really when we start to come down, right? The 45-minute bearish div coming down. Until then, who knows? We could pump and dump and pump and dump, and I'm in a short right now. I should definitely take some profits out of this short, guys. I'm going to do that right now, actually. I'm going to take some profit out of the short. It's already down from when I first saw it, so yeah, let me take some profit out, guys. I'm going to take out, I'm going to take out 30% of this. I'm going to limit out here. Got my limit order submitted. Let's see if it even gets filled. I don't know. Probably. Happy Sabbath to Evo Tesseract. Yes, Shabbat Shalom. It's actually, the Shabbat is officially over. But if anybody does observe Shabbat Shalom to you. Nate hates Doge. Chance says a lot of people switching to Femex. Yeah, I might switch. Do I ever show my fib to my VWAP? Tony, that's a clever yet dirty question to ask, my friend. Good Chavez, Ryan. Of course I prefer Bybit over Binance. The interface is just so much better. I love it. I love using Bybit. It's just so easy, and I love how you can drag your stop loss. I love it. I love it. It's so juicy and nice. You know, so juicy and nice. Do I use DBSI, Lewis? Yeah, I do. Not as much as I probably should, but I've got it on right here. And right now, we've got equal 4 to 4. You know, the tides are turning, guys. The tides are turning. Let me turn off some of these levels here. I'm going to turn off my volume levels, my weekly level. I'm going to turn off my... Man, I'm tired. Can you guys tell by my voice right now? I'm tired. I had a long day today. I didn't do much, but it was still long. You guys ever do that? I need some sleep. I have to wake up early tomorrow. I have to hit some deadlifts, some squats, some bench presses. Some squats, deadlifts, bench press, some overhead press. What is this? Oh, this is just the line that I drew. Yeah. Okay, cool. And really, guys, it's pretty cool. It is pretty dang cool. You know, when we just sprinkle some fib, sprinkle a little fib here and there, and you can get those really good trades, right? You know, it's like sprinkling some salt. Got a fib here to here, and look at that, guys. We're rejecting off multiple 618s right here, off multiple 618s. Just by pulling it from the high to different lows. Then we pulled our fib from the low to the high. The high to the low. Oh, I'm yawning. Yeah, bouncing off fibs left and right. Let's check out Ethereum. It's looking a little bare. Oh, that's because this is Bitcoin here. Okay, so Ethereum. We're coming to a daily level on Ethereum. Let's check out Market Cipher. I mean, look at this, guys. Market Cipher is... You know, we had the bullish divergence on the 4-hour for Ethereum. And I think that's currently playing out. If we pull out our fib from the swing high to the swing low, look at that, guys. We came above the 618 there, you know. If we pull it from this high to the low, interesting, you know, we do have a lot of fib confluence where we've got the 382, the daily level, and the golden pocket kind of all in one spot right there. Wonder if there's something I'm missing here. Let's do this actually too. Let's pull a range from the time that we lost this this important level here. This was a very important level of support and resistance right here, about 2025. Wow, we have the value area high right here too. There's a lot of confluence right here. For Bitcoin and Ethereum, we are running into some very serious resistances for Bitcoin and Ethereum. That these resistances should not be taken lightly. However, we have, guys, I mean, come on, you know, come on. If we just draw, you know, from the wick, that doesn't work, does it? Well, if we cheat and go from the body to the body, then we do have a bullish divergence on the daily. I'm still kind of bullish, guys. I'm still kind of bullish. I feel like if the 45-minute bearish divergence confirms, obviously we're going to come down. We had a bearish divergence right here and we came down, but we still put in a higher low, and then we came up and put in a higher high, getting some rejection off resistance. Let's see what happens. Are we going to put in a higher low? If we put in a higher low, I think we could still come up a little bit tomorrow, and then maybe dump on Monday. Carl has a special Bybit and Femex discount. He says so all the time. I don't know if he does though. Maybe he does. But anyway, I love Carl from the Moon. Let's check him out. What's up, Carl? How's it going, my friend? Good old Carl from the Moon. You know what, guys? This calls for some Carl from the Moon music. Let's see, where is he? Where's Carl from the Moon? Here he is. What song should we listen to? Dancing on My Own? Should we listen to Man Boy? Let's listen to Man Boy.
You've got the looks, you've got the beauty inside, you've got the looks, the money can buy. You wanna live like all the stars on TV. You wanna love with someone like me. Give me love, and don't go. Give me love, give me love. Man boy, you can call me man boy. I don't care, I'll show you how to love. There's no halo around my head, no. There's no angels here. Man boy, you can call me man boy. Oh, man boy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's talented, guys. He is super talented. Yeah, Carl makes music, Peanut Butter. Yeah, he's a musician. It should have been called Moon Boy. Right? Not man boy, moon boy. Oh man. Um, yeah, Duper. I talked about the daily green dot and the divergence. How I am kind of bullish, but I think temporarily we might come down. Bojan, do I listen to Pantera? I did. When I was a kid, everyone kind of did, right? Dimebag Daryl and stuff like that. He was good. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate everyone for being here. I'm gonna have to cut the stream, but yeah. R.I.P. to Dimebag Daryl. You know, I I'm gonna have to head out, guys. But I do pray that all of you are blessed, and yeah, I do pray everybody is blessed in the name of Yeshua the Messiah. And so receive this blessing in the Hebrew language. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, b'shem Yeshua HaMashiach Elohei Israel, which means in English, may the Lord bless you and protect you, and may He cause His face to shine upon you, and may He have grace upon you, and may the Lord lift up His face upon you and give you wholeness and shalom and peace. In the name of Jesus, the Messiah, the God of Israel, amen. And yeah, we'll see what happens, guys. I'm pretty bummed I closed out my long, but we will see what happens. And yeah, Lord willing, I will catch up with everybody either tomorrow, Monday for sure with the VIP stream. And I think it's gonna be an interesting week, guys. Definitely a lot of good trades are gonna come up this week, just as they do every week.